back again. That's So Vegas here with your host, Christine McKellar, and fantastic entertainment writer and longtime Vegas resident, Bobbie Katz.
24 years.
Baby, bring it on. And we were talking about how it has changed and morphed over those 24 years. We do have a viewer that just wanted to post a chat, Kathy Tomasek. Great to hear these stories about the old days in Vegas. Glad you like them, Kathy. There's going to be plenty more to come. Not today, perhaps, but over time. Because Bobbie always has stories, and I'd love to have her back on the show. So we're looking at the changes in Las Vegas, and we were kind of touching on how do you see Vegas changing in the next 10 years? Because look at the pace it's changed in the past 2 decades. What do you think? Do you think there's going to be a turnaround where we'll have to go back to more diversity, which is a very popular word these days? It should apply to entertainment.
Exactly.
So.
I hope so. Mm-hmm. This town seems to go in cycles.
Yes, it does.
You know, everything is cyclic here. Is that the way you pronounce it? I'm not even sure.
It works for me.
Yeah, me too. But, you know, I worry about it sometimes because now I'm hearing that Vegas thinks it's in, you know, the hospitality industry and not in the gaming industry, even though this town was founded on gaming.
Wow.
And I've heard things like that being said. And
there are things like the new parking fees.
Yeah, that is going to be a disaster as far as I'm concerned.
Nobody who lives here and knows the city is happy with that.
Right, and I'm not going to pay it. I mean, if I can't cover a show because I have to pay a $20 parking fee.
Right, if you had to go between 2 properties. Although if anyone is listening, I would think that included with your media invitation, they would have a temporary parking pass.
Yeah,
that would be
with
the
a
only
media
way.
Invite they would. But
That's what I mean.
But what if you want to just cover a show?
Right, yeah.
You know, I mean,
yeah, it's not easy. It's not, when you think about it, like, seriously, that's going to be a problem. So then that kind of answers a question that perhaps in the next 10 years it's just going to get more and more, and fees here and fees there. And then what do you become? It certainly won't be the Vegas of yore anymore, would it?
No,
which is really sad to say.
And it is sad. It really is.
But there are so many new young people, like they're only interested in the nightclubs, and they have credit cards, and they don't mind throwing down $1,000 to sit at a table just so they
But what about the rest of us?
One of my guests, it could have been Craig or Brandon or somebody, said that. There they are sitting there tweeting to the person 3 feet away from them, I got a table and, it's $1,000.
Yeah.
Were we like that when we were young?
No.
I don't remember.
No, but it's
we went
very
to rock
disheartening.
Concerts, and
it's disheartening to go out to dinner and look at tables and see, people not talking, just sitting there on their phones.
Yeah.
People aren't communicating, and I think that's the reason why we have so much violence in the world today. I think it's a whole different world because of that.
And we were talking, too, about, even with the press, we don't get press, you can't get a press kit, but now it's electronic, and you download it. Well, if you could pick another city, or if you had to live in another city, is there one that you have in mind that you would?
I might move back east to New York. I've always loved New York. I like LA too, but LA's very spread out and very different. New York is one of those places where you can walk everywhere.
Right.
And there's so much to see and do. I probably would do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't spent a lot of time
Or maybe LA.
there.
I don't know.
I don't know about LA.
Depends on what kind of career opportunities I would have.
So you would follow the entertainment thread.
Yeah.
Then
it's
that
something
would definitely
I really love.
That would definitely be LA or New York.
or New York, yeah.
But you don't want to go back to Atlantic City, I take it.
No, they're having an awful lot of trouble there. The casinos are in trouble. Governor Christie wanted to take over the casinos, and the casino association's fighting that. And it'll be interesting to see what kind of changes happen there. Because they're a day tripper more of an environment than here. We're more of a destination.
And I've never been there, which is strange. I've been darn near just about everywhere on the planet, and I've never been to Atlantic City, and I'm sorry, I'm sure I missed a peek.
You know what?
As opposed to...
It opened in 78. And Steve and Edie threw out the first dice at Resorts International.
Love them.
Me too.
Love them to pieces.
And I came there in 84, so it was relatively new, and it was so exciting. I used to come, I used to get dressed in the morning, pack a bag, and put it in my trunk because I never knew where I was going to be that night. There was something going on every night of the week.
Right.
All the big stars were there. They had press conferences and parties, and it was just an amazing
And it was a
scene.
little bit like that back in the day here in Vegas too. So speaking of that, do you have a favorite entertainer? Did we talk about that yet? Or
I have a lot of favorites. I would hate to single out one.
Right.
But
Have you had
I
one?
I like the legendary ones, the ones that have been around for a long time, because they're so down to earth and they're real people
Right.
with real problems, just like
Everybody
we have.
else,
right?
yes, yeah.
And I really enjoy them because the ego is gone. You know what I'm saying? They've made their mark. They're still doing it.
And even when
But,
back in the day at
yeah.
Commercial Center, I got on the stage with Engelbert. Because that was where, it was Commercial State Street.
Gianna
Johnny
Russo, right. I
And
knew
we'd go there for
Gianni.
dinner, and
Yeah.
Tom Jones, people would just come in there and didn't care that they had
Yeah.
just come, from $1 million gig or something. Everybody
Right.
would get together. There was a lot of that going on. Again, I think they should pay me. The Italian American Club is trying to reestablish that.
Yeah.
They're having
But
Thursday.
they won't get that caliber.
No,
they won't get,
no,
yeah.
no,
and-
nothing
and-
like.
Yeah.
And just off the top of our heads, is there a property on the Strip that even comes close to that now?
No, but I was hoping that maybe the Westgate would. And I'll tell you why. Because that stage has housed some of the most wonderful and famous stars in the whole
Elvis
world.
and Margaret.
Right. And I would love to see just one casino
Mm-hmm.
really bring back Vegas, because that's what David Siegel announced when he took over the property.
Right. I was at the press
Right.
conference. Yeah.
Right. And it's not happening.
Well, there was that issue with the Elvis thing that was just out of
Right,
their
and
control.
then Suzanne Summers, who put on a fabulous show,
She
and
was
people
fantastic.
they loved it, and
Yes.
people walked out saying, "This is the best show I've seen. I wish that
yeah, she
this
was
is the
great.
way Vegas should be."
Yes, it was fun.
And why that didn't work, I don't know, unless it just wasn't marketed properly.
There could be that.
Or
but
she
we do.
didn't. Yeah, I
We-
mean, she had more of a name for TV than she had for live entertainment. She
Right.
hadn't been on the live entertainment scene
But
for
what a wonderful
very
woman.
long time. But what a wonderful woman and a wonderful show.
Yeah, it was great.
And in the main room, you've got this Twisted Vegas.
Well, there are other shows
Which-
in town, though.
Yeah.
And I was just thinking, and again, I have to refer back because as I was dressing today, honestly, I did not mean to be in 50 Shades of Grey. But we went to the first anniversary last
Yeah.
night. What a nice affair. I mean, there was there were hand-passed hors d'oeuvres and cocktails in the show. The singers, whoa, belting out the songs.
The singers were phenomenal.
Yes.
And the show was truly funny.
it
Much
was-
better than the 50 Shades of Grey that came to the Rio and then migrated to the Golden Nugget.
Okay, I was out of town.
Oh, you're lucky. But this
So-
show is very, very funny.
It
and
is funny.
very well done. And we have to tell the audience that it's raunchy.
Oh, it is raunchy.
I mean,
I could have done without the last 5 minutes, but that's okay. That's how I am.
Yeah, there's some raunchy parts in it,
I'm
but it's
conservative
very.
by nature. I can't help it.
Yeah.
but it's good. And then speaking of sex again, I'm not that conservative. Tomorrow night, as media, we have the privilege to go to the media party for, and this is a good one. 53X, which is code for sex. Get it? 53X. So this is
I
produced by.
didn't know that.
I saw that right away.
Wow.
I said, this has got to be code for sex because everything else has got to be not the way it is supposed to be or whatever.
You'll explain this to me when we're off the air.
And that's going to be fun. Created by the Chippendales.
Right. And it's male and female.
And it's at the Paris, at the
Right.
Chateau nightclub. So it's going to be interesting. It does look pretty sexy. There should be a picture coming up here in a minute on your screen. A couple other things. Still Craft Drafts and Eats at the Mirage has opened. And it's a massive, they even have a 50-foot trailer or something in there. If you guys miss any of this or you want, specific dates, ticket prices, go to www.vegasonlyentertainment.com under Vegas VIPs for Jackie Brett's fabulous column. So what else is going on? Rod Stewart, baby, is booking more shows.
He's terrific.
Yes.
And I would also mention the Righteous Brothers.
Oh,
at
that was so good.
Harrah's.
Thank you for bringing that up.
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah.
That was
Bill
fantastic.
Medley has taken on a new
And
partner.
Bucky's voice. Oh,
Yes.
it was slaying. I'm
And
so
his
glad.
daughter
Thank you.
McKenna is also in the show.
It's fantastic. I run
Yeah.
out of time. Thank you for bringing that up. Thank you for being on the show.
Thank you for
Salute
having
to the
me.
Red Roof Inn. Stay tuned next week.